Traders, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about ticker symbol ZOM, Zomedica, and I've had a lot of questions about these guys. You know, if you follow me religiously, I do not like the stock, but you know what I do love? Making money on stocks. So that's why I'm talking about ticker symbol ZOM. Burn it in your brains because right now I smell opportunity.
Opportunity? No, money.
Now, I'm going to go over some harsh facts. I'm going to cover some news articles, cover some harsh facts about these guys. But one thing that I love here, you know, being a finance major, we love numbers.
My quantitative, my math specialist, look at him.
And numbers typically don't lie to us. But you know what does? People. So when you're on YouTube, you need to back everything up with facts and line them up with the numbers. Now, financially, I don't love the company. Fundamentally, I don't love the company. But what they're pricing themselves out and some of the news that's came out about them over the past 2 months, I do like, and I think it's a value play right now. Am I holding them long term for $3? That's not what I'm saying. So if you're going, you know, towards the moon with them, that's not my strategy, but I believe there is money to be made. So hear me out. Let's not waste any more time, but like, subscribe, and do what you gotta do. Let's get to it.
Yo, get it,
Okay, so the first thing I want to say, if you like the stock, I'm sorry, I don't mean to beat it up, but I'm not a huge fan. I believe this is a niche product for a niche market, and that's what it is. You can love your pet, you can love all that, I understand, but where they're targeting this brand, where they're targeting this company is to veterinarians specifically, not to pet owners. That's not who they're targeting. You need to know that. So it's already been condensed to just vets, and then after that, this isn't going to go to every single vet. This is a premium-based product. It's not disrupting the industry per se. People are still going to be sending these out to clinics and sending them out for testing. This is a premium-based product, so you're not only are you targeting vets at a specific niche in the pet industry, then you're targeting a specific type of vet at the higher end. So that's where I don't love it, because it's not really attacking a broad market. It's a very targeted market. So that's my opinion on this. I don't believe it's a huge product. If they have more stuff coming out in the future, that's going to be the big catalyst behind this company. But I want to get into the technicals on the short term on why I like this. So let's cover a few things first. So this is the first thing we're going to talk about. So bear with me. This is the 190 cent per share offering that they had. It raised them quite a bit of money, and it was a lot bigger than the first one, which was only 25 million compared to what they got from this one, 173 million. Huge amount. Now, this was at a pretty massive discount, 30% discount. This is when we were getting to the range where everyone was hyped and saying it's going to be a $5 stock. I was like, guys, slow down. This is definitely a niche product, and they're, you know, devaluing it by 30%. This is a huge discount. There's a reason stuff's going on here. But right now, this 190 is looking pretty beautiful, and people are forgetting about this. Besides this, there's really been no news. But the icing on the cake for one reason why I really dislike these guys is they released this true form of product, one, earlier than the release date. That was the really big thing. And then two, they didn't really announce it and give investors a heads up about this. That's why I'm really long-term not a huge fan of Zomedica. I don't like what's going on. It smells fishy. I don't like that. But let's get into the chart, because that's what's absolutely gorgeous here. That's what's making me very interested, and that's really what's pulling me in to buy this play today. All right, so the first one we're going to look at is the overall move we had from this, 0.6 range all the way to the top, this local top of, 289, give or take. We had a push down. And now we're hitting a little bit under that 0.618 range. I would have loved to see us stop at this range here, but we did not. We've had a little bit more of a pullback. Now, there's a few things that I want to happen in the near term when it goes as far as the charts, so bear with me. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, technicals are stupid. They don't matter. They do. I hate to break it to you, they do. But let's get into this. So as we break this down, let's go into the near term, about the 15-minute chart, and go over what I love, what I'm looking at. So for me personally, I've seen other videos. I've seen other people say the 89 to 95 cent range is that support. I disagree. One, I think it comes down to blocks. That's what I trade based on, is price action and order blocks. And what you're seeing is, yes, maybe this 91 cent is a huge support down here, right? We have a lot of touches. But when you come into price action, typically it's a range. And that's why sometimes you see wicks don't really hit that exact target. They go below it, stuff like that, because there's blocks. And you have to learn, when it comes to price action, there's a block of an area where buyers, sit and have a majority of their buy and sells, because it's a block. block. You have to realize that. That's why, you see this whole range up here, right? We just sat here. There was tons of orders here, tons of orders here, tons of orders here. They didn't hit the same range over and over and over. So having that clear resistance line, in my opinion, when it comes to trading, is just stupid, and you're going to miss out on a lot of trades. And then it will kind of confuse you as well to say, oh, we didn't really hit it and stuff like that. And then you're going to end up drawing a lot of triangles. So bear with me. As we hit here, I believe the main support is about right here at 97 cents, the monthly open for February. Now, the area where I could see is going to in the short term, we're going to get to in a second as far as targets, but I'm loving this area. We had a quick touch about 99 cents to $1. Now, personally, my entries, I got some in at $1. I'm fine with that entry. I bought a few shares there. I do like that. Could we come down a little bit deeper? Possibly. Could we come down to 89 cents? Maybe. I think it's unlikely. Maybe we get a quick wick, but I don't really see that happening. But we've had a very major pullback. And since this range up, this is the date that True Forma was released, just so you know, right here. This was when we got that release. I hated it. Since that release, I've hated the stock. And if you've been in the lives, and you know I'm a huge against ZOM. I dislike them because of how they released their product. It was just super unprofessional, not trustworthy, not what I look for in a long-term company. This isn't a long-term trade. You need to know that. This is going to be a quick, maybe tops a 1-month trade. That's all it's going to be. So what I'm looking at here is going to be a bounce from this range 1 going to the $1.38, possibly to the $1.59. I am not targeting the the $1.90 range. Could we hit that? We could, but I'll be fine making 30 to maybe top end 60% on my money. That's just where I want personally. I'm not going to overextend here. That's not the play. I'm keeping a level head. Now, I understand money will start flowing back into penny stocks. You have to understand the market is just rebounding from that terrible month of March, the straight downtrend we had. So money's going to start flowing back into March. It's how money moves. We move from safer plays back into tech, and money will start dripping back down into the penny stocks as well. So I see the rise most likely coming end of April, beginning of May. That's when I start seeing penny stocks to start rebounding pretty well. But you have to understand we're going to have some resistance along the way. This is going to be a clear resistance at $1.40. I definitely see that block being a major resistance. And you can see that's where we held for a long time as well. And then we flipped it. And you can see it was a major resistance and support. So those are key ranges to watch. And I really like what's going on. The fact that we're getting this double bottom on the lower time frame does look solid. But I'm going to want a few days to see and get this confirmation that we're staying above this range. Because if we hold above for, let's say, 2 to 3 days going into the end of the week, this should be confirmation if you're watching the video to possibly look at some entries. And am I saying to go buy it tomorrow, go buy it today when you watch the video? That's not what I'm saying at all. You need to do your own DD. But as far as the company, I don't see them releasing any new news, possibly release some sales numbers, release, expectations, possibly. But I don't want to rely on earnings as far as ZOM. It's nothing like that. This is a pure technical play. I anticipate earnings are going to be pretty disappointing. I'm just expecting the worst with this company based on how they treated everyone in the past. And that's just, that's the harsh, brutal truth when it comes to ZOM. When I'm looking at companies, I like to see how they treat their, investors in the past and how they're treating them now. And I don't think things are going to change. Maybe they'll do more offerings. That'll depend. But I do expect as we push back up, you could expect another offering come in the end of May, maybe even in June. So I'm not heavy on the long-term viewpoint. This is going to be a quicker play to $1.40, maybe $1.60 to this range right here, $1.62, give or take up there. But majority where my profits will be taken is $1.40. You have to understand that. That's my feelings on ZOM. I'm not a huge bull on them long-term. You can ask me questions down below. I recommend you ask me questions. I'll try to answer them as efficiently and as quickly as possible. I do believe this is going to be a pretty nice move, a 40% move. I'll take that every single day of the week. That's going to wrap the video up. If you got anything out of this, make sure you like, subscribe, do whatever you want. But that's my opinion on ticker symbol ZOM. I'm going to keep saying that because I hate the company names America. But I do like them in the short term. Over the next few weeks, I do believe we have some potential upside. It's sitting at this range. Some stars are aligning. The chart looks very strong. I'm a very big technical guy, but the news as well lined up behind it with just what these offerings are at. I believe there's room to go up. I believe it's a value play at this moment. Again, do your own DD. This is not financial advice. Have a good one, traders. Namaste.
We gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop.